Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Ailey if you're new. Today's video I wanted to talk to you a little bit about piercings. Now I have quite a lot. Some of them I don't wear, some of them I've probably closed up by now and stuff like that, but I wanted to talk a little bit about specifically ear piercings. I've had quite a few different piercings on my ears. I'm going to talk about the ones that I want to get, that I will get eventually. I want to talk about how much they hurt, how much they generally cost, how they should be being done, and a little bit about healing time and stuff like that. So if piercings is something that interests you, then just keep watching. Okay, so ear piercings. Ear piercings has actually become like more of a thing, I think, in the past year or so. A lot of people are getting like custom ones done. A lot of people are wearing jewellery in their ears that costs more than like my car. It's getting a wee bit out of hand. But anyway, speaking of piercings, mine are like manky. Okay, so ear piercings. So before we get started, for reference, I have 3 lobe piercings, 1 there and then 2 that I don't tend to wear. I'll wear them if I'm going on a night out or something like that. I've got a cartilage piercing up here. I did have a cartilage piercing here, but I think it's closed up now. And I've got my tragus pierced as well. I think some people call it a tragus, some people call it a tragus, but that's kind of like, so I've had it in quite a lot of the different textures, shall you say, in your ears. So, first and foremost, your lobe piercings. I think most people either get them done as a kid or will go into Claire's to get them done and stuff like that, and it never really crosses your mind that you're gonna ever have a problem with a lobe piercing, but it can happen. So first and foremost, my recommendation for if you're gonna get your ears pierced, and this is anywhere in your ears, is go to a proper place. Like go to somebody who does body piercing, because if somebody can stick a needle through your tongue, they're more likely to be, you know, really qualified to do it in your ears sort of thing. So there's no point in like running on down to Claire's, which I think is having enough problems right now, to get somebody to use a spring-loaded gun on you. Now saying that, there are new guns on the market. So there is like a new gun. I've never really seen one used in the UK, but I know that they're popular in other places. But there is ones that have the cartridge and you just squeeze them and that puts the earring into your ear. Still not as good as getting a needle to do it, but if you're really petrified of big needles, maybe that could be an alternative for you. My recommendation would be go to a proper body piercer and just let them do it with a needle, because it doesn't hurt anymore. But like I say, if you're terrified of needles, that's not exactly going to help, is it? I got mine done when I was maybe 11 or 12, and I don't really remember it. It was done with a gun, and that was okay, I think. I know I never had any problems. I was really young. I probably didn't clean them like I should have, but I didn't have any problems with them. This is where things start to change. I actually got this one next. This is like your typical sort of cartilage piercing. The first time I got it done, it got infected and it swelled up. It didn't heal, and it wasn't healing, and it kept on sort of just flaring up and flaring up. So I ended up taking it out. Then I got it redone, obviously after it had healed and all that, and it did it again. So of course I was like, right, okay, well, am I ever gonna do this again? So I gave up on that for now, and because it had happened over here, I didn't want to switch over to here, because I just thought, oh, well, it's the same, it's just gonna happen the same. But anyway, I actually decided in my infinite wisdom with one of my friends, I can't remember who it was. No, I really can't remember who it was. We decided it would be a great idea to pierce our own ears. Yeah, that was a bad idea. And because we didn't want to do the whole needle in, needle out, earring in sort of thing, the way that the gun works when you get your ears pierced is the earring's kind of pointy. So we figured if we had a really pointy earring, or got an earring and sort of sharpened it into a point, that we could just sort of shove it through, and that would be it, that would be fine. So that's what we did, and I actually pierced the second ones myself. So you can see they're probably quite a bit, I don't know if you can see that, it's quite far away, but they're right there, so they're actually quite far away from my first one. And then the third one was the exact same. Because we'd managed to do the first, we thought, well, why don't we just do the third hole as well? So they're actually really close together and probably a little bit too close to like this cartilagey bit here. But I never had any issues with them. I never had any infection. They healed up really quickly and really well. They're still open today, like I say, sometimes. The third one, not so much, but sometimes I'll put stuff in the second hole for like going out on a night out or that. I did have wee swallows in, I think a few videos back, but they're just a bit big, and when I was sleeping, they were bugging me. So yeah, but I would not recommend piercing your own ears. Like, just don't do it. So anyway, going on from that, because these ones worked out so well, I decided that I was going to re-pierce this ear here. And it had been a really long time, so I thought, do you know what? Like, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, it's been pierced by a professional twice, and it's gone infected. I couldn't actually remember where I got it done. Definitely wasn't Claire's or anything like that, but it was done with a gun. So this will lead me on to my next point. But I did it the same way I did these ones, and it's been totally fine ever since. I've never had any problems with it since. And I deduced from that, is that the right term? I figured that it was because it was being done with a gun. It was traumatizing my ear so much that it just wouldn't heal. So when I did it with my sharpened earring, or if you had it done with a needle, it was a lot more gentle. Yes, okay, I had a little bit of practice by then at just sort of closing your eyes and shoving it through, and it was obviously, there was no sort of hard crunch with any gun or anything like that, because if you've ever had a piercing done with a spring-loaded gun, you'll know that it's really hard to get the jewellery off afterwards because it's squeezed so tight. That one's not given me any trouble since. So then I decided it would be a great idea to do this one here. This bit of your ear is a lot more tough than this bit of your ear. I don't know why I didn't realise that. Obviously, you know, you've got like a lot less space here, so I ended up doing it, but it ended up being, it's like, I don't know if you can see it, I'll maybe, hold on. Pull it in real close. I don't know if you can see that little dot right there. My ears are all red because I've been fingering at them. And that was purely because it was sore, and I'm pretty sure that like when I tried to do it, it sort of bounced out and moved, and then it went through, and it's just right on the edge. I think it's closed up now, but I mean, I wore it for a really long time and it never gave me any problems. So same again, wasn't done with a gun. The last one that I'm going to talk about obviously is my tragus. I got this done by a professional. It was done with a needle. I never had any problems with it, but it hurt like hell. It actually is like such a tough little bit that it wasn't that it was sore. It was really uncomfortable because it's such a teeny wee thing and it's so thick. The person that's doing it really has to force to get it through, and if you can imagine, if you're forcing a needle through here, you don't want it to slip and hit the person's ear. I mean, you can pull it out, but you can only pull it out so much, you know, with the clamp. So I think that some people do it through this way as well, but you know, their cheek's there, so I can imagine it's kind of a difficult one to pierce. And the girl who did mine sort of did it, got it halfway through, and then had to push again. So it wasn't the most fun experience, and then it felt like it was on fire for like a day and a half after that. You know, that way where you get a piercing done and it literally feels like it's just about to combust. That's what it was like, and to be honest, it took, I would say, anywhere close to 6 months to heal, and I don't even think it was fully healed after that. It is a wee bit better because it's more tucked in, so like if you get something pierced up here, you're more likely to lean on it, you're more likely to catch it with a hairbrush, you're more likely to bang it and stuff like that. But it did take a really long time to heal, and I don't know if that's just because of the cartilage or what, but just if you're going to get it done, be prepared that it's going to take a lot longer to heal. Just sort of in my general area, for your earlobe in this place it's £10, cartilage is 20, forward helix is 20, this is your forward helix here, your root is 20, conch is 20, tragus is 20, and daith is 30. So you're anywhere from £10 to £30 with your ears. I really want to get, is it in here done? Like this little bit in here, and I really want my forward helix done. I think that I would, if this was big enough, I would get one in here, but I don't like the idea of the daith piercing scares the bejesus out of me. My mum got it done to help with migraines, and I didn't even want to warn her how bad it was going to be. But I would like a forward helix, and I think, is this a rook or a conch? I don't know, somebody correct me and tell me which one, the one that is that kind of hooks around your ear. Yeah, so I would like those two done, but I think that I would get the forward helix on this ear and this one on this ear. So if I go and get that done at some point, I will take you guys with me so you can see it getting done. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Do I recommend getting your ears pierced if you're of age or have parental consent? Yeah, I think it's a really cool way to, you know, you're not, ear piercings are a hell of a lot more accepted than anything else. I mean, I have lots of piercings, some that I've taken out. So, I mean, my lip, you can see here, that I took out, and it's never ever really closed up, which is kind of annoying, but it's in a really stupid place. If you take them out, you're not left with a massive big gaping hole. I mean, you can't really see the holes that I've got here. You can if you look really close. It is a good sort of starter piercing to get, but I would definitely never say, oh, go and get it done, go and get this done. I would never ever say to anybody, go and do this or go and buy this. So, you know, it's kind of always just up to yourself, but I do think that it's really good to look for like as much information as you can. Pain wise, lobes are a piece of piss. Your cartilage isn't bad at all. Like I say, it's less painful with a needle. Don't get a gun. It's less painful with a needle. It maybe takes 30 seconds longer. A lot of people think that it takes a lot longer to get your ear pierced with a needle. It doesn't, because these people are trained and do them all the time, so they're really, really fast. Your tragus for me was probably the worst, and then I will update you when I get them done, hopefully, with the other two. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you're interested in getting your ears pierced, I really hope that this video was somewhat helpful to you. If you have any other questions on any other piercings or any other questions on the piercings that I mentioned in today's video, leave me a comment in the comment section below and I'll answer as best I can. But I think that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, I would obviously love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, or like in the days after if I miss an upload for whatever reason. Usually it's 3 videos a week, but yeah, hopefully I will see you guys in the next one.